This wasteful bastards!
And of course, if they would have known that they were being recorded, I could see that in my mind. They would go, the conversation would go totally different.
Let me talk, Carol.
Translate that for us. I don't know what that means.
We don't have the clothes yet. I haven't written the clothes yet, Mother.
Do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Man, that's so rude. I can't believe that's so goddamn rude.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Brain Gravy Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Heckman, and in studio tonight on this lovely Monday evening, I have four of some of my favorite people in the world. To my left, the one, the only, Corey Coleman.
That's me. The one, the only, the me.
And next to her, Will Moyer is back in studio.
Hey, everybody.
He's not me.
That's not Corey.
Not Corey.
And back making her second Brain Gravy appearance, the very funny Kelsey Hagen.
It's me.
Also making her second Brain Gravy appearance, Madelein Smith.
It's me. Hello.
It's all of us.
It's me again.
Is it me?
So where are we supposed to, at that? Is that where the live?
Yeah, let's all wave at the camera right now.
Should we
Hi,
look?
camera.
Hi, if anyone's the one person who's watching. Is one person watching?
We have 45 people watching right now.
Oh,
No, I'm
hello.
just-
Are you serious?
I know.
One person?
I think
Hello.
on average, we get like, I don't know.
Carol!
I think on average, we get around like 10 viewers live and then.
Well, then
Roughly.
watch out.
Nice. Oh my god.
Yeah. But that's like at different points during. It's very strange.
Just in case anyone is watching.
You know,
Hello.
I'm trying to check. 2.
We have two right now.
Hello.
I hope it's my grandma.
It's very funny. Like before I start the episode, I always do a
Hello.
check. Like, and it's just me, like with my dog running around, and I'm usually like just vaping at my desk. But I do a check and I
Yeah.
go live, and there's always like one or
Because
two
it notifies you.
random
Yeah,
views.
'cause it,
Yeah.
says, it says this person's doing a live video.
But then they stay watching, and that's what always what it's like. I'm like, what are you like? Do you just think that I'm like I accidentally clicked live, and you might catch me masturbating at my computer or something?
that happened.
Facebook roulette.
See what happens.
That happened when Kelsey Claire and I were at dinner at La Casa, and remember she was like, I accidentally went live, and it was just her sitting at the table, and people were watching it. Riveted. They were riveted.
This is the first and only time I've gone live, and it was probably
Facebook is very pushy about it.
They are.
I don't
They're
like
I know.
"Watch
it.
this
I don't really
person
like it very
go
much.
to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want.
I don't. It's not that I have a problem with. It's just that like a lot of times people will do it about mundane things. You know what I mean? Like they'll just be
Listen,
like,
I've
"Here I
got
am."
some quality
Right.
fucking leggings and some
Is that
oyster
right?
jewelry. So, and I spent about 15 minutes watching some bitches open up boxes with makeup in it today. So
I like
yeah.
that, like unboxing.
Yeah.
Unboxing.
Dude, someone is making
that too.
bank on YouTube. They have their a YouTube channel where they only open up Kinder eggs. Like, do you guys know what those are?
Yeah.
It's like the
I
little
love
chocolate
that.
eggs that have a little toy in it. But the toy is very unique because there's like 10,000 toys. So like you have to open up 10,000 Kinder eggs to get all of them.
Yeah.
So what
my
she does is
God.
once a day, she spends like 20 minutes opening up a Kinder egg, which they're like $2 a piece. And she gets like 20 million views per video. She makes about $5.6 million a year off her
No,
YouTube
she
channel.
doesn't.
Yeah, because she gets 20 million immediately, and then it trickles to 60 roughly.
No,
insane? Yes.
she doesn't.
No, that really is true because you know what? As someone who has spent many years working as a nanny, little kids love to watch those,
Yeah, that's
and
a
little
good point.
kids
Yeah.
watch things repetitively. As I'm sure, I don't know if you allow your kids to do that, but they'll just watch things.
No, I don't let them. I don't let them do anything.
Like, I'm not trying to
repetitively.
talk about what a bad nanny I am. Like, I just let them watch for like hours and hours. But they love like
This
they
is your
love
new
opening.
babysitter.
Yeah, I know. They love just like videos of people. Yeah, like opening boxes
Yeah.
and unboxing toys and stuff. They're really into it. But I actually like ASMR videos. Do you know what those are?
No, I don't. What are those?
Oh, they're really weird. It makes me sound weird, but it's like when people are like.
Oh, I've seen
You know
those.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they like whisper into it's. That was a
What?
bad example.
Is this like a sex
It's
thing?
like no, it sounds like it, but it's not.
It's like
a
super things happening at a super low volume that are supposed to be comforting. Like they'll rub two things together really quietly over and over again, or they'll whisper. And
I love
That's crazy.
there's a whole genre of YouTube videos about them.
it makes me go to sleep at night. That's why I
Yeah.
watch them so I can fall asleep. But my husband thinks they're weird. Yeah, but
They are weird.
They're definitely weird. Yeah.
Totally weird.
But they're really it's like you have to have some kind of like condition to enjoy it. But a lot of other people enjoy it because they do have millions and millions and millions of views. So
yeah, yeah.
All
It's,
perverts.
God.
There's millions of
I
perverts.
know, yeah. People do think it's because it is like oftentimes it's women, like very pretty women, so it is like kind of a sexual thing, I guess, in that way. But it's like not. I'm not like.
Oh, I think
masturbating.
I just got addicted to those ASMFL videos too. Yeah, because I'm a pretty girl.
Yeah, it's literally just
smart
pretty
girls.
women.
with great feet.
Yeah. And it's just them. It does sound really weird. It does sound really odd, but it's very like
okay.
you know.
I didn't mean to judge.
No,
your,
oh, no,
your
it's
thing. You just never told me about.
No,
this on
I
theory.
always tell my friends. I told my friend Sam, and she got into it too. But other people that I tell are just like, I'll try to show it to them, and they think it's like really weird.
we got a
'Cause it
Brain
is.
Gravy exclusive.
Yeah,
Madelein Smith is
ASMR.
into
ASMR.
What is it called? Autosensory. It's autosensory meridian response. I think is what.
Holy
it's
shit!
stands
That has. I wonder if that has a subreddit. You might.
Probably has a
Yeah.
subreddit.
I don't
What's a
really like
subreddit?
Reddit.
I don't know. I don't like
Reddit
Reddit
scares
either.
me.
Reddit called me some names. Reddit called me.
Oh yeah, no, Reddit's
I
fucking
forgot.
brutal.
Yeah, I forgot
They
that there was
called
a.
me names.
I've been a.
I don't
I
know
love
who
Reddit.
it was on Reddit, but I'm just blaming all of Reddit.
Yeah, the
because-
hive mind, the Reddit
Yeah,
hive mind.
Yeah.
They,
Called
when
names.
I put on "Don't Grab My Pussy," there was
Yeah.
a thread that someone tried to share with me as like a favor to me, and it was just like, who's gonna keep those whores in line? So fuck the
Oh
people
my.
who
Yeah,
have
that's the problem with Reddit.
things on
Is
Reddit.
like.
Yeah.
Is great as it is that like if you like I have subreddits that I go to, so I only see those ones like blacksmith videos and fucking
Yeah.
But then
and
every
people like
five-
making like pipes, like glass pipes in front of a
Yeah.
flame. Like I love watching those.
So,
So,
if
like
you
I have
like stuff like that, maybe you would like ASMR like, because it
Maybe
is. It's like people like touching.
Maybe
they,
I
like,
have-
are touching books and they're like.
But you like do stuff like that, don't you? Or is
Yeah,
that,
you
like, a
like-
I
tutorial
envision
thing?
myself one day
you're
doing
like, one
stuff
day.
like that. These are pipe dreams.
Man,
But like my
Pipe dreams,
subreddit,
literally,
yeah.
pipe dreams.
Yeah.
And I like mildly interesting, like hey, like just like the mildly interesting subreddit because it's mildly
I
interesting
love
stuff.
wildly interesting.
Yeah.
You're always like, oh,
But then,
But that's
every
my front
5
page.
Videos that every 5 posts is like porn. I like from
If
what
you go
I-
to the
Yeah.
all version, like because I don't
so they,
subscribe
like,
to
can
not safe
filter.
for work or anything like that. If I want to cross over, I just click all. If I want to cross over to the fucking unfiltered,
everything comes from subreddits. So you basically see what you want to see based on the subreddits you subscribe to.
If
This
you
is
subscribe,
interesting.
yeah.
I didn't
I'm
even know
so
any of
confused,
this.
but
Yeah,
I
no,
still
it's
think
great.
They're horrible people. So.
Because I subscribe to all these things I'm interested in, like podcasts and
it's great.
Overwatch is
Cheers.
another one. I think the Meridian Touching Syndrome, or
Yeah.
what is it?
That
might be a new one.
They probably because
They
it is
definitely
like a
have it,
thing
yeah.
for sure. The thing with Reddit is I do totally see what you guys are saying, but I feel like sometimes as a woman on the internet, you'll just have like Kelsey Claire was saying, you'll have like one negative experience and it kind of like ruins the entire website because you're just like,
Oh, I get it.
I'm
Like-
never gonna come back here.
You will
again.
keep
Yeah.
having negative experiences.
Yeah.
with Reddit.
No,
It's not like a one-time thing.
People on Reddit
yeah.
are fucking brutal.
Some of them are really
And
like.
then there's a thread too where people
Yeah.
post like the nudes that their girlfriends have given them, and
Yeah.
it's like anonymous.
Yeah.
It's
I don't like
that's
that.
messed
No.
up.
I'm
No,
not a fan of that.
It is like where the internet. I mean, I'm sure there's worse parts of the internet, but that is the darkest hole that I don't want to.
Oh, it definitely
I
has
don't
some
wanna
dark
fuck
holes.
with.
Yeah.
Like Reddit has a lot of like positives, but definitely like those are the dark holes, and it's like you just have to filter through it. Basically, I get.
Yeah.
you know.
I get what you're saying though, because when I was just in Pennsylvania hanging out with my friend Pauline. I'm gonna make her listen to this podcast now because I was like, I gave you a shout out.
Name
Pauline.
dropping, Pauline. Oh
Pauline.
shit!
I'm gonna send her the link as soon as it's up to but yeah, I was hanging out with her and her boyfriend and they were both like trying to basically speak for Reddit. Like, they were like, it's really actually pretty cool. Like, you can see some
Basically,
really cute animals. And I was like, okay, it's not that I don't believe you, but it's just that I also feel like some sections of it, like Kelsey there was saying, are so dark and so, like, rape positive that I'm just like, I can't, like, go check out the cute animals, but also know where there's, like, rape.
Also know that around the corner there's, like, the worst stuff.
There's, like, a rapist, like, lurking. But I guess that's, like, all of the internet, too. So
yeah, for sure. I mean,
I get that.
Don't have a face next to your name or not your real name. They're like, anything goes.
It's true. Yeah, there's like no accountability. That's why people are so evil in comments too, because they like, you know.
Yeah, there's
just
no.
feel
It's
like,
completely anonymous.
I don't like that. Yeah.
No, I
me
like.
nervous.
I've stopped posting. Like, I've tried to get my karma up in Reddit because, like, you can post like a link and you get karma, and it's just like made
really?
up. Like, it's internet cred basically. It means nothing at all except to people who give it meaning. Like myself, I'm sure Will, you're probably the same.
Yeah.
You tried to get Reddit karma.
I've tried to do it with my own things.
Yeah.
Have you tried to just find a funny image and get it to like the front page?
No, but that's how you.
That is how you do it.
That's how you do it. Like, I've posted
okay.
my own stuff or posted like just my own post, and I'm like, hey, I find this interesting. Hopefully, I'll get some Reddit karma. And then like the first
all
comment is all like, "Kill yourself, you piece of shit! Go to fucking hell!"
That's what it is. That's
I guess our womanly sensibilities
Yeah.
can't handle things like that.
I'm sure that men, of course, I totally agree. I'm sure that men get really bad too, but I feel like for women on the internet, it's always like, I'm going to rape you. And so that's like, even though it's not nice to say kill yourself, I feel like the thought of someone like coming to your house and raping you is like, you're like, oh, I guess I should leave this website because I don't want to be raped in the night. So there's that.
I have like some of my posts that actually have taken off, and I've gotten a couple hundred. Like, the top posts on Reddit get like 7,000 karma points.
Yeah,
I've gotten a couple posts that will get like a couple hundred, but it's always because of the subreddit called Old People Facebook, which is all posts of like,
That does sound funny.
like someone like trying to message like what your dad does.
Oh god.
Like,
Is your
like
dad-
someone
Will's
trying to like
dad?
message
Will's
someone and
dad?
instead posting it as an actual post. Like, Karen, I'm trying to call you, and it's like.
He'll respond to my sister like he's sending a text to her, but it's just like a public Facebook.
So I'm friends with enough old people on Facebook
That's
to where I
funny.
see these once in a while, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a perfect old person Facebook post, and I'll get a couple hundred credit.
Cringe pics is good for Facebook. There's
Yeah,
Facebook
it's pretty
posts
funny.
about the cringy, just people saying the worst,
thought it was
cringiest
like-
things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually it's now dominated by Tinder exchanges.
Yeah, it's usually dudes being super creepy to girls in a very transparent, upsetting way.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
look at it and you're like, oh god, I feel so much like shame on your behalf.
I know, dude. I look at those and I'm like, who is this person that thinks they can get away with this shit?
Yeah.
Like, the thing is that some of those probably work. Like, 1 out of every 20 cringy things. Like,
somebody responds.
That's
positively
why.
to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Reddit has some dark fucking holes. You just got to take the good or the bad, I guess. I don't know.
Or you don't have to go on it at all.
Or you don't. Yeah. It's not a requirement.
Never look at
It's
it. No, but I do definitely get what you're saying. Do you, and when you guys are with, or when you guys see things like that, where you see like straight men behaving in this like insane way, and there's so many like websites dedicated to it too. Like, I think that there's a Tumblr that's like straight white men texting or something, and it's just,
Yeah,
do you
for
guys
sure.
feel ashamed just for like your entire gender? Are you just like,
I feel
"Ugh."
cringy. I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say ashamed.
Yeah. I feel
Because it's always.
The only answer is yes.
Yeah, I would assume. No, I'm just genuinely. I feel like my mic is messed up. I'm sorry. No, I'm genuinely curious because I feel like sometimes there will be things that white women do that I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just earlier tonight
Yeah.
was like
But you
apologizing
don't
to
speak
somebody.
for them. I mean,
Yeah.
No, of course not. But sometimes I feel like it is hard when you're like in that group, you know, and you're like, I'm sorry that.
I have
Hold
more-
on. I think it's
Yeah.
very difficult being in my group right now.
What is your
the
group?
redheads and
What?
Yes, starting from that age.
Redhead
No,
group?
but I mean, I'm approaching 40. Right. So I have to like pretend like I have my shit together and then have like this set of morals that has like been
Yeah.
established. Right. So I'm coming up on the birth of gangster rap, right?
Yeah.
So NWA and fuck the police. And now I'm clashed
police.
with
Yeah.
Blue Lives Matter, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you're saying you're like
When-
pigeonholed into those?
yeah, because I don't
Okay,
know
gotcha.
what to think. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Yeah.
am I proud to be an American still? Like, because I listened to country music the other day, and I'm still proud to be an
you should like
American. And then,
That was your
Or
first
at
mistake.
least you know you're free.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
so
at least know you're
it's really hard
forget
for
the
me
man.
to figure out my place in this world because
Yeah.
everything is such a contradiction. Do Black lives matter? Do blue
Yeah.
lives matter? Do Black and blue lives matter?
All lives matter.
All lives matter.
Ryan, kill yourself.
Is it my?
We've had enough of you. Well, I don't even know. Should we even talk about that on your podcast, or would you? I'm not trying to be like, shut up, Corey. I just mean like, with your listenership, are they going to be like enraged when they're like these stupid girls? Like,
I don't give a fuck.
It doesn't matter.
Say whatever you
Okay.
want.
Well, all
There's
I
no
was going to say
censorship
about
on
it
this
is
show.
okay. All I was going to
It's
say,
raw.
in terms of that, I think that
Hold my earrings. It's about to go down.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna
shit.
fight, and I'm not. I'm not even disagreeing with what you're saying. All I was gonna say is I feel like when people get into like blue lives matter, blah blah blah. What about white people? The only thing with that is like, yes, everyone's lives obviously matter, but it is kind of the black people who are being shot more. So I think that, and I know that probably now people are going to be watching this and they'll be like, fuck that girl. And I'm not
Who is this white?
get this girl off. All I'm saying is that sometimes I think that people tend to be like, well, what about me? And it's like, but this isn't really about you. So of course I don't think police lives
Yeah.
don't matter. I would never say that, but I'm just saying that I think that their movement is supposed to be like that they're concerned about like the violence against their
Wait,
community.
but are you
Exactly.
saying that? I feel like what you're saying is different than what she just responded.
I know. I got
What you're
confused.
saying-
No.
I think what you're saying, if you don't mind,
I
I'm
have
gonna
that
put-
T-shirt. No, like I totally have that T-shirt.
what do you have?
But yeah,
Wait,
like I
what?
have like no, I have an older T-shirt. Right?
Oh,
Because-
yeah.
because like I have like a legit NWA that says,
Oh,
fuck the police.
I got you. So then
now
you're
I'm
like,
just,
but do I want them to die?
So I'm
No.
like reaching 40 and I have to decide, are we still down with the motherfuckers? Or are we...
Well, you know what's funny about...
Because I feel like I'm almost 40 now and I have to
Yeah,
like
that's what
give
I
money
thought you
to
were
the
saying,
police
yeah.
ball.
Oh
You know,
no, I don't think you have to do that.
I have to like grow up or something.
You put money in a boot?
Yeah.
I think
You
You don't
yeah.
have to do that. It's. I think that what I was gonna go off of what you're saying is that older women are like. We are like, we're always
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it's so hard. But like when you're younger, it's like people don't expect much from you. Like we like can get away with certain things. And then once you become like a mom, like then see people are like, well, you better fucking do everything now.
You have to be an
Like
upstanding
Yeah.
member of
it's
the community
crazy.
now.
You
Yeah.
have to, and you have to like,
That's true.
yeah, I don't know. Or if you're like a teacher, then all of a sudden you like must be a god, and it's. So
I had
Yeah.
to have
Yeah, exactly.
when everybody was wearing vagina outfits, I had to answer some questions.
For the women's march?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
For the women's
Yeah.
march?
You mean
So-
the pussy hat?
Oh,
Okay.
pussy hats.
Vagina.
Oh, okay.
I didn't wear
Vagina
my
outfits.
full vagina.
Yeah, I wasn't wearing a
costume
full
that day.
vagina costume.
Did you have like the clitoral hoodie though?
No,
My face was the clitoris, actually, but
The
that.
labial hoodie.
So, but I mean, like I had to answer questions because my children saw these, these.
Giant vaginas?
Like, what's a pussy?
Yeah,
Like that kind of
yeah,
question?
and like why are
Yeah.
all these women upset, Mom?
Yeah.
So I have to like answer these questions.
Yeah.
So I have to answer them in like this mom way instead of like this super pro woman way, and like gently. Just
Why not just talk to them like regular people?
Yeah, I
I don't think
that's
that's
Don't sugarcoat it.
Honestly, because now I have like little kids a little bit because my brother is 7 and my sister's 11, and they were asking me about "Don't grab my pussy," and they were like, "Isn't pussy a bad word?" I was like, "Yeah, but." Like X, Y, and Z, you just gotta like give it to them straight because you don't want to sugarcoat it and then have them hear their fucking president be like, grab her by the pussy.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, wait a minute, what?
And that
Like,
is the hard thing about it
you
too.
just
Is
gotta-
like,
yeah.
if it's not not like that you want to like, I'm sure you don't want to sit down and talk to your kids and be like, let's talk about pussy. Cause
I don't want to.
I understand.
I don't
but
wanna.
I do feel like when someone like, the president is saying words like that, and I know that people say, oh, he didn't say it when he was running for office, but the fact is that like he did
Yeah,
say it at some point. He said it at a point during life. So I feel like then it just becomes part of like the public conversation. So it like kind of, it does suck, but it is then your responsibility to like explain it to them. And I feel like you can be pro woman and a good mom at the same time. I mean, my mom was always very like outspoken pro woman, but she wasn't like pussy, like you know what I mean.
Super.
My mom is very.
You have a great. Like, I think that's awesome.
I'm very
think that's so
lucky
cool.
in that sense. Yeah. So you could probably do that too. I mean, I don't think you have to like be like, oh, we can't talk about that. I think.
But
you can
I mean,
talk about it.
I just didn't want to talk about it on like Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah. No, I
didn't have any.
I
But
get
like the little one came home from school on the bus.
Well, how old is your kid too? I'm sorry. I feel like that
one's
matters.
9 and one's 14
Oh,
and
okay.
15
28.
and 16. And, they're
They're old
What is
enough.
this thing?
I'm 30 years
It
old.
was the public bus.
But yeah, I mean, like I was like in the middle of like other stuff, and then like my kid shows me something, and it's like oh,
Yeah.
it's like oh
Yeah.
fuck, okay, so and then you have to like formulate like what you're logically going to say, and then like
Just talk to him like a adult.
yeah, but I'm
But
an
is it that you
adult,
don't
and I
wanna,
don't
like,
want to.
Push your viewpoint on
Because
them?
I'm super like adulty sometimes, and I don't like, and like curbing your verbiage with your children is sometimes difficult when
Yeah.
you're talking about pussies.
No, I understand. But what? I'm sorry. What were you saying? Well, you're saying, does she not want to?
Yeah, is it because you don't want to like impose your beliefs on them?
Yeah,
because
because that's an interesting.
I
It's
think
an
you're just
uncomfortable
saying
topic.
you don't want to be like on the ready at all times. You have to like
I
make
just didn't want to
a
have
statement
I
about
just didn't want
everything.
to have to explain
Yeah.
what a mons deferens and
I guess
and a
that's like
fucking
Well, that's-
labial
Yeah.
Vans
phenomena
deferens.
is.
I think is the word.
Yeah. Is that-
Ryan was like, "Wait, is there a part I haven't
What
figured
is
out
this?
yet here?"
That's
Mons
exactly
deferens
why.
you speak of. I'm still
Can
confused
we
by that.
Look at a
Mons
diagram
deferens.
Yeah.
later, because
Explain to me what a mons deferens is, like you would explain to your child.
That's what your problem is. You see, I'm not ready for this. I need more vodka. I definitely need more vodka for more of this Mons
should've-
deferens.
Well, you said it was Tuesday
question.
afternoon.
Yeah.
What?
Brady got home from school.
Well, I think that's hard too with your kids to not push your. I think people are just, they want to push their political and social beliefs on kids always, right? I mean, isn't that kind of, I think it's hard to not do that because you want your kids to sort of think the same things that you think, right?
Yeah, and
so
if you truly feel that way, then
Yeah.
like that would be the right way to show them. And I think sometimes I wish the people that raised me would have like taken a stance against something that was like very meaningful to them. You know what I mean? Like I wish I would have seen someone I know. Well, I mean, I guess they have, but not in the way that I would like.
Yeah. Let me tell you why.
you're like, oh, the stances were bad though.
Like, listen, white people are the most marginalized group.
Yeah,
been
you
through some
ask your
shit.
family members to take a stand, and then you're like, never mind,
No,
stop.
not that one, not that
Well,
one.
Please
But, yeah.
stop.
This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I wanted.
Sit back down.
I think
It's gonna be
it
fine.
sounds like, yeah, it sounds like, so does everyone, all you guys have like pretty conservative families then, essentially? Or, I don't know, Corey, I'm not sure with you, like your upbringing.
I'm not sure either.
You don't know either?
No,
Are they like in the
those
middle?
wolves,
or?
Those wolves didn't use much.
You're like,
There
I
were some
was
diagrams that I don't know. They just pointed to, and I figured shit out by myself.
No political leaning.
I don't know. Oh, what's a tampon? What's a tampon tax? I don't understand.
Because my parents were very, very liberal, so I am always like impressed by people who have grown up and then been like, oh, actually, I don't really agree with all these like viewpoints, and then had their own. Because I feel like a lot of like the things that my parents impressed upon me, like they were, and I feel like sometimes when you say my parents were really liberal, people are like, oh, they were hippies or something, and they weren't like at all. Like they were like suburban parents, working middle class jobs, but they. They were always just like, oh, well, you should help other people and we vote we usually vote for Democrats because we feel like that they are more like socially, that they'll be more into social programs that will help people. And they were like, there's a lot of people who don't have things and stuff like that. So that was like what I was always taught. They were like, not everyone is as fortunate as you. And sometimes I feel like, and I don't mean to speak boldly, but I feel like oftentimes people I don't mean to be bold, but I feel like a lot of times people from more like conservative leaning families will be from groups where they won't like think of other people, or they'll be from like a really like white town or something, and then they won't really think of other people.
No, I can tell you for sure, like in this area, this is a largely conservative area. There's pockets of liberalism, like Alfred's one, and then Whitesville oddly has like a little liberal pocket, which is weird.
It's like little artist communities.
Yeah. But I mean, like, my family is all conservative, but that being said, like, it's not like they're conservative, but like my parents always raised me to be like, to be supportive of the LGBTQ community. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. They aren't racist in any way or anything like that. They're just like, we like conservative presidents, and actually it's causing a pretty big rift in my family right now because all the younger people in my family, like my sisters and my cousins, are all like, what are you doing, like supporting Trump? And they're all like, you're a fucking idiot and you're young, you don't know anything, you don't know anything about this country. It's like, and it's like, yes, we do. Like, we're reading the fucking news, not fucking Breitbart or Independent Journal Review or these other. Like, we're not following.
Well, and then with your, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep monopolizing the conversation. I just want to say one thing really quick. I know, I'm sorry. I have so much to say. I was just
you are being bold right now. You're being very bold.
Speaking very bold. Almost fell off my chair. Okay, wait, really quick. The only thing I was going to say, I swear I won't keep talking, but I was going to say was, so you said, but your parents were like, we support the LGBTQ community and all this stuff, but then I guess my only question would be, then why do you think that they support conservative presidents? Because that would go strictly against what conservative presidents
I think
believe.
It's just
sorry, I don't mean
talk, sorry.
Well,
just a question.
I would say that, like, when I was younger, I was a Republican, and I would say most of my family leans that way, pretty much. But I like Sean, like, I almost said Sean McCain. John McCain.
That's his cousin.
Sean McCain. That's his sexy cousin who surfs. And, see, he dodged the draft.
Blonde hair.
But John McCain, I think, was pretty, like, ran on the Republican ticket, but he was, like, pretty easy to digest if you were, like, a libertarian. I think Will might know more about this, but, like, I would say, like, looking back on it, I'm like, John McCain is, like, in hindsight, I'm like, fucking get him up here. Like,
I would definitely take him now.
You know who I'm having a 2020 moment with right now is Mitt Romney. Because you know how Facebook does that? You can see, like, on this day. I'm looking at on this day for the Mitt Romney. This is foaming over.
I know.
It's like just a little baby.
His beer is foaming over right now.
No, I'm looking at, like, my posts. Like, when Mitt Romney was running, I'm like, are you people idiots? Like, this guy is a fucking moron. He's lying.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I would kill for Mitt Romney. That would be a gift.
I know.
Gift.
I was thinking the same. I was thinking about how I'd be such a, I would be so staunch and be like, oh, he said binders full of women. Like, how dare he? And now I'm like, oh, that's fine. Like,
I know.
That's like
all the time. Sure.
Like, oh, he said binders full of women.
Yeah, like, at least he wasn't grabbing their genitals. Like, that's fine.
That's so great.
It's, I don't know.
It's crazy.
But yeah, like, my parents, like, I don't think that they understand. I mean, I don't want to say they don't understand. I just don't. I think that their views for conservative in my family in general, the reason they're conservative is mostly because of maybe tax reasons, or I don't really know, to be honest with you. I just think that, like, they see Democratic presidents or Democratic nominees as, like, these wild hippies still, you know what I mean? And, like, not actually intelligent people trying to enact social change that is meaningful to a lot of people that they're not exposed to. Like you've seen this area. the nearest
Yeah.
black person is like 80 miles that way, and it's in Rochester. You know what I mean? Like
That's a big part of it, I think.
and they
sometimes.
don't read like I don't think like they're not watching like these videos of like black people getting pulled over and harassed by fucking white cops, and they're not looking at that objectively. They're just like, well, you know, I don't think they're exposing themselves to the things that turned me into a person that is not down with that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I think it has much more to do with like this. I agree with. I'm not saying more than what you're saying, but I think it's much more like cultural identification than it is like policies.
Yeah.
But I think
Same.
it's that way on the with mainstream
agree.
liberalism too. It's like
Yeah.
you feel like these are your people culturally who have the same kind of sentiments and feelings
yeah.
about things,
And you
so
feel like
want
they're
them
like-minded.
to be in power, and you
Right.
want. And it's not really
definitely.
like, oh, what specific policy did this person do or that person do?
It's the
not that that's an
sports-
excuse for it, but I just
No,
think
I'm
Sports team
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
No.
It's like sports team mentality. It's like for no reason other than the fact that I want them to win.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna like.
Or I
you
was
know,
raised. My parents were
Yeah.
Eagles fans, so
Or-
I'm an Eagles
yeah.
fan. Even
Yeah.
though
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
involved
Or
with the
my
team has
parents-
turned over, there is no.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah,
no
there's
one that
nothing-
There's
they
no
have any
reason
relation
to-
to
No
on
one's
it. Yeah.
from this even state that like they represent. Like it's I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah, but I think that's what's wrong with like the duality of the party system right now. But I think that truly people are just searching for some kind of logic, and people like when they see those videos, I show them to my parents, and they were like, well, I showed them the video of, I forget her name, but she ended up committing suicide very sadly, like the day after
Oh, I
the
think I
police
know what
officer
you-
yanked
Sandra
her.
Bland.
Yeah, Sandra
Yeah.
Bland. And showed them that video, and they were like, well, she shouldn't have been talking back to the cop. And I was like, and to me, I was like, doesn't it like really disturb you to watch any man, any person pulling a citizen of this country out of a car for like, I don't even know what I think he pulled her over because she flashed her lights at him because he had
Yeah, it wasn't
lights
anything
on.
serious,
Yeah.
right?
She,
I
like,
remember that
didn't
one.
do a turn
Escalated.
signal or something.
Yeah,
Something
it was
very
something
like
very-
innocuous.
yeah. And
Something
I just-
not at all deserving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go on.
No,
though.
no, it's totally fine. I think people watch things with their own paradigm, right? Because so like if they had confirmed that was something bad, then they would have also been letting on that maybe there is some kind of privilege of theirs or whatever. Like these people watch these things and they're like, I can't say that I disagree with what went on in there because then I will be like releasing some of my power.
Nobody wants to give any ground.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
They
No,
don't want to.
that's true.
I don't know. Yeah,
But there's you also get to this point with people where in order to have a conversation about a specific issue, you have to like break down entire worldviews to get to some kind of like premise and be like, well, let's agree on this thing and then work all the way back up from that thing to this issue.
Yeah. Right.
Now what do you think about that issue? And then you have to hope that they're going to be like consistent about that all the way through. And it's just an insane. What are you going to
You're
spend
exactly
like 8
right.
hours
take emotion out
doing
of it.
that with somebody? Like,
And especially
It's
now,
really
hard, too.
especially now with the political climate, I don't even have the energy
Oh, no.
for half
Exactly.
of that.
Of course.
Now I
We were
just
just talking
blanket,
about that,
fuck
yeah.
it.
well, I
We
think
just
one
talked
of the
about that in the
things
car. Yeah.
one of the things that saps your energy even more is you see positions where you know this person wouldn't have taken it if it was like a different candidate or if it was like a few years ago.
Right.
Like a few years
Yeah.
ago, Obama doing something that Trump is doing now, they would say is like shredding the Constitution,
Yeah.
this horrible
Yeah.
infringement
Yeah.
on people's rights
No.
and overstepping by the government. And then now they defend it and you're like, well, I don't even know how
And-
deep do we have to go
Yeah.
to
Right.
get you to see that you're taking the exact opposite position you used to take. Like,
And
what is your
vice versa,
foundational
that happens
beliefs
too. Yeah,
that you can come up with a different answer,
Yeah,
like to the same equation?
yeah.
I don't. It's super exhausting. What do
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Brings you back to exactly what I was talking about.
does it?
Like-
Is a 40-year-old.
Like, are we
Bring
still?
us back.
Is it
Yeah,
NWA? Is it fuck the police? Is it Rodney?
Well, hey, you know what I want to bring up when you
Or
were
is it
saying
Blue Lives
that?
Matter. I mean,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah. Well,
Because
I'm
those
glad we
are
brought it back around.
so they're both so extreme.
Callbacks.
Yeah, they're both so extreme in either way.
You know what's funny about what you were saying? When you were saying that, I was thinking like who like NWA saying "fuck the police." That's like Ice Cube, right?
Yeah.
And then there's Ice-T was another one. All these
All
people
those
play
Ice-
cops
count.
on TV right now.
Very good point.
They all play
is an
cops.
interesting point.
Yeah.
That's funny. I never thought about that, but that is true. Yeah. Now Ice Cube makes his living as a
total sellouts. They were they were trying to make like in the middle of social change in the early 90s, like back when fucking shit was going down in LA and all that. Like, and now they totally sold out and are making, and I would do the same thing. I would do the same exact
I probably would
thing.
too. Their characters are consistent. Like, I feel like Ice-T on Law and Order SVU, because I'm a big fan. He's always like, he uses his like street cred to kind of like get one-on-ones with people. True. And like, he like has this whole backstory.
That's just how he makes himself
and,
feel
like,
okay about selling out. He's like, I'll be a cool cop though.
I was just talking about this with Madelein. I hope this isn't like too crazy, but I love Biggie and I love NWA. I love listening to them.
Yeah,
but
for sure. I love 90s hip hop.
We love
Police.
Biggie.
They created that whole where people are like, oh wait, maybe this like authoritarian system is not working. They like put that idea into people's heads, which is amazing. But then the next album on their song is like, this is what a whore is. Listing all the ways to be a whore.
We were talking about that with Biggie too, because we love to listen to Biggie, and my husband and I love to listen to Biggie, and it's sometimes you're just like, oh,
I'll slap a hoe, and it's like,
and you're like, I feel weird, like I feel, and Eazy-E's the worst with that. Like if you listen to Eazy, literally all of his songs, he talked about like raping girls just in the street, like literally one of his
Jesus.
I don't know how to assemble that. Like I don't know how to feel
like sometimes
it.
You want to like sing along, but you're like, no.
Well, that's what I'll do. I'll like some of those songs. I'll sing along and I'll start fucking like getting into it, and I have no idea. Like I'm just singing the lyrics. I'm not like thinking about like what I'm actually saying.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah. We were doing that in the car.
We love
like, wait a second.
We were singing Nicki Minaj, and it was very aggressive. And Will was sitting there, and he just kept turning the music louder and louder. That was
Will was like, "What do you want to listen to?"
And I chose
Monster on repeat for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then I kept turning it back just to the Nicki Minaj part. But then Will was being very nice. He was turning the music up, and I was like, "Oh, he's doing it to like give it," but he probably was trying to drown out the sound of me and Kelsey. We were like, "Pull up in the monster autumn." I feel like
we need
the color of Willy Wonka.
Yeah, you know it. I love Nicki Minaj a lot.
I think that song is so amazing because she's literally saying like, I'm getting paid, or you guys are giving me less credit than all of these other idiots who are trying to be rappers, and like I'm doing so much better than. And she's just literally saying it in front of everyone, and then she's amazing
on the track. Well, and then the thing that's funny about we're like all over the place. But what's funny about Nicki Minaj is like I'll always oftentimes we'll talk about Nicki Minaj in stand-up, and I'll be like, is this a Nicki Minaj crowd? And there's always like a woman, at least one woman, who's like, oh my God, like so disgusted. And I'm like, it is kind of odd that
Nikki?
you're, I know, I'm like, are you really so they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, you can settle down. Like you're, you know what I mean? Like this is such a visceral response that you're having, and it's so extreme. Well, I think
I don't even know much about her.
Well, because she is very overtly sexual, and her ass is just like out literally all the time. And I understand. Yeah, she does. And I get that some women are like, oh, don't do that. But I personally feel like she does it to like take back like, yeah, I am a sexual person and I will sell myself in a sexual way, but like on my own terms. But I think that that's maybe like a little too, like you have to have taken like a lot of women's studies classes.
This is deep Nicki Minaj theory
and
right now.
Kim did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So that's all she's
right.
She's just
Missy Elliott did that too. She's like, fuck me.
Every
like,
few years, I feel like there's she's like, fuck me,
but Missy Elliott wore like garbage bags, and Nicki Minaj is wearing like pasties.
She is naked.
But I think,
and so is Little Kim.
I think most of what I think that kind of brand of feminism is like, we aren't. It's like first wave versus second wave versus third wave, and like we like to have sex. Like, oh my God, like we're not gonna wear chastity belts until we're married. Like we like to have sex just like men, and it's our right to like it. And like that's kind of, I think, the through line that I like. Missy Elliott was like, let's bang, like you know,
be open about it.
She does that weird like elephant noise. It's your
Which is just the, did you know that's just the like last two lines that she says, and she says reverse it, and then it's literally those last two lines are reversed.
Is that what she's? Okay, wait,
it.
you guys.
Yeah.
This is like a big deal
Ooh.
because because Phil and I never understood what she was saying in that song because she goes, "Let me work it, it's your love, flip it, and then she says something that sounds like she's speaking in tongues.
Yeah,
because she goes, "It's your flip it, so that's
literally the track backwards.
Okay,
She's straight
listen,
up
I just want to take a moment for everyone at Brain Gravy.
Yeah, that's a mind blow.
All the people who are listening to this podcast, I feel like that's a big thing because I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that
this is
either.
like blowing my mind.
Yeah,
okay, all right. So I have to tell my husband
I'll
because we
text
don't.
him.
Yeah, text him right now and tell him because that's wild.
I know,
yeah,
that is
and also
strange.
they're best friends too. But that's a side note. They were like hanging out. Phil and Kelsey Claire are in love, but it's okay.
We're really good friends.
I'm not jealous of it.
He should be jealous of us, though.
He is. He probably is.
I'm stepping on some toes.
Did
and if you don't feel like that, I've been meaning to.
did you guys see Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah. And then people were saying she was fat, which was
I don't get it.
insane because she's like the most
literally-
thin person I've ever seen.
I tell you what, I
Like,
listened to an interview with Lady Gaga on Howard Stern, and I was blown the fuck away by how professional she really is. Like, I think people see Lady Gaga as this crazy, like, fashion person. Like, I mean, obviously in the music industry, but someone that wears crazy shit and like. But I tell you what, she is one of the most talented people that you've ever seen. And then she's also a great actor. Or actress, I should
American
say.
Horror Story, she killed. She was amazing.
Yeah.
That's why it
she is
amazes
really
me
good,
that of
yeah.
all these things, like I see people saying that, I'm just like, are you out of your mind right now?
It's insane.
NYU
It's
for like
insane.
piano. Like
Yeah.
she's very smart and she's talented beyond like the like contemplation of all of those people who were like, she looks like a fat can of tuna.
A can of tuna?
I don't know. I just
People
made
are like,
that
you're a real can of tuna.
Well, that's what it was. Is like I
a
see,
tuna girl.
like I've always
Just
like
dumb
I've
people.
like I've known about her and like like her songs are really catchy and I know that she's talented. But that interview with Howard Stern, I mean, it totally changed
Have you
how I view
That's
her.
interesting
Yeah.
that you like that you because I feel like lots of times people will just write her off and be like, well, pop music is all stupid.
I mean, I did a little
what I
bit. I'll
mean?
admit it. Like I just
Yeah.
wrote her off as like another pop singer, but
Well,
then
that's
like she talked
understandable.
about how much work she puts into developing her voice and how long she's been at it, and it's like you can't hate on someone that's been doing this for 10 years and is now only getting popular. I mean, she was popular.
I
know,
think she was
6-7
really
years ago.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
we,
like 10 years
I
before
think me and
that.
Madeleine loved her forever. I know
Yeah.
a cat named Gaga.
yes, that's one of my cats' names. No, it's true. It's true. She was popular, but I think what you're saying is she was because for a while she was living in New York, not for a really long while, but she was living in New York, like impoverished on the street or something. You know, that's kind of like her
I see.
backstory.
Yeah.
Well, she got
created
discovered.
her.
Yeah,
She got
so they
discovered when
created
she
the
was like
character of Lady
13.
Gaga.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
yeah.
like singing at like a piano bar or something like that when she was young, and like someone was there and he's like, hey, you should meet my uncle. And her uncle, like this person, their uncle was like the voice coach for like some seriously famous people like Madonna or some people.
wow.
And he's like, hey,
crazy.
you should contact my uncle. And then the uncle heard her and said, you know what, like, we're gonna like this is like I'm gonna take you under my wing.
Oh.
Don't worry about money, or maybe there was. I don't know what that part of it.
Don't worry about money.
Like this is someone who was working with
with
pros and was like, holy shit, this is.
Yeah, wow.
This is a really interesting.
know that.
I just have to say, is anyone who listens to your podcast interested in what we're talking about right now? Who do you think?
Tweeted us.
Because I feel like probably by this point everyone's like, these girls need to stop talking about pop music and feminism right the fuck now.
Okay, before we do that, I would like to send out a shout out to Queen Beyonce.
Oh yeah,
for,
yes, for sure.
Last night's performance.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
was
You
doing
should.
a show.
Who
You're
watches
less
the
of a
Grammys
woman
anymore,
now
Corey?
than because I did. I watched the after. Yeah, I was this morning. I watched it this
wild.
morning
Oh, I
in
should do
pajamas.
that, yeah.
And Beyonce managed to make me feel less of a woman.
Nice.
Just by
does
that.
She does
by
that.
her last night's performance, she made me feel less of a woman.
I saw some
She's
pictures.
super pregnant right now?
She's,
Yeah.
she's
She's really
gorgeous.
pregnant. And
Yeah,
she's
she
just
is really beautiful.
emanating
So
all
relevant.
of the beauty that women behold and shit. I'm
It
so
is pretty wild.
fucking jealous.
That's one thing. I'm just gonna say one thing about Lady Gaga that I have to, and I think Beyonce's doing this too. Is they take these images of women from like centuries of like, oh my god, they're amazing. Like if you really do research on their music videos, both Beyonce and Lady Gaga, there are so many culturally relevant references in there, like and like Lady Gaga comments a lot on religion, and then like Beyonce, that yellow dress she wore in Hold Up, You Don't Love Me Like That.
Yeah.
What's that song?
Hold Up.
Lemon? It's
It's-
just Hold Up.
It's
Okay.
it's just
on
called Hold Up,
Lemonade.
but it's from Lemonade.
But she's wearing this yellow dress that is like the dress that the like Nigerian goddess of water is
That's so
pictured
cool.
in. Yeah,
I
It's
didn't
just-
know
it's
that.
amazing.
That's so
and like
She was
Interesting.
dressed up like Nefertiti and Sorry.
yeah, that's what the picture I saw yesterday, and I was
yeah.
like, yeah, fucking yes, yeah.
Name dropping
She did
Nefertiti.
some
Yeah,
That's amazing.
she's amazing.
That's really
and-
that's
Old
really
Black
cool.
Lives Matter.
yeah.
Never.
Yeah, she's gonna have twins, right?
She's having twins.
She's 20.
Yeah.
She's
She's
just doing it
amazing.
better than everybody else.
I love the references to Star Wars: A New Hope or something like where it's like because not who's Leia's mom.
Amidala.
Yeah, Queen
Or, is that
Amidala
right? That's
was
Leia's
pregnant
mom.
with twins,
Yeah.
and then they
Amidala?
became like.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like she's.
They're like they will rise up
Yeah.
and defeat. Yeah, I know. I wish they would, but that'd be so nice if they would. I know.
My
if they
daughter-
became
my
Jedis.
daughter
I know
asked
that'd be
me.
amazing. Hopefully, the midi-chlorian count in fucking JC's sperm is
only-
through the fucking roof.
Well, honestly, Jay-Z is a creature. So
What are we talking about?
I'm so sorry. I know. I'm sorry. You're trying to say about your daughter. I just
Well,
want
no,
to say
my
Jay-Z's
daughter's like
hideous.
really into social media, so she asked me, she's like, "Oh my god, what do you think Beyonce's gonna name her kids?" I'm like,
Something
left and
crazy.
right.
Yeah.
I fucking
Wouldn't it be
don't
funny
know.
if she named like the
wild.
widest names other like Mark and Frank?
Marcus and Frank.
What her
What is-
daughter's name is Blue Ivy. Yes.
Ivy.
Oh, she's already named them.
cute.
Well, no, that's her
the
first
daughter,
daughter.
The
Oh.
first girl. Yeah.
Who was in? Oh, she was in the performance, wasn't she? Wasn't there
That's
like a
what I
part where
thought.
Blue Ivy was like, "Hey, Ryan,"
And
or am I just
Beyonce's
making that up?
mother? Did Adele like mess up terribly last night? I thought I saw.
They had to like
No. Or
redo.
no,
she
she
was
did.
like, "I'm a dead."
What? She
Okay,
was
can
choking
you
to
start
death?
that again? Okay,
Oh
thank
my
you.
God.
I missed this.
Oh,
She was
See,
literally.
I like
They
that.
had to like
She was
When they
choking
stop.
acknowledge it,
Yeah.
no, I don't like
She's like,
that.
I fucked
I
up.
love when women
I
are
fucked up
choking.
super bad. I'm so human. I fucked up.
That's
Like-
that. Well,
Start
that's
again.
awesome.
When they
Adele is
acknowledge
very
it,
human.
yeah, and own it and go on. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's human. But it's when they
Yeah.
like get, like, who was it? Mariah Carey on New
Year's.
Year's.
Oh my
Did you see that?
That was amazing. That was
That
so
was
funny though, because she was just
crazy.
like,
She was lip syncing, and then she like
She
didn't
did it. She like did
lip-sync.
not know the words to her own song. I think she like
She
literally
She
did
stopped
not.
singing and it
messed
kept
up.
going, right?
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
audio
she was
kept
just
going,
like,
and you
what?
could
And
tell
she was
wasn't
making
singing.
all these really weird comments during it too, right?
Oh,
I'm
she
trying to
was
remember.
pissed.
And I tell you
Yeah,
what,
she was
She
like,
was making a mental list of all the motherfuckers she was gonna fire
Probably.
as soon as she took her
Yeah.
fucking
And
shoes
her-
off.
she
her
is a
backup-
wild beast.
her backup dancers, fucking pros, because through all of
they were
this,
like-
they're still in the background doing their fucking moves like it's not even happening.
They're
And then-
probably afraid of her.
Yeah,
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
I'm sure they are. Will, I'm so sorry. I feel like you were going to say something a really long time ago. You were like, "Hey," and then I was like, "Are people tired of feminism yet?" And then we just like
I don't
moved
remember
on
what it
past
was.
it. Oh well, I'm sorry.
That
I
was
trying to
Will's
give you your
little,
moment.
"Yay."
I thought you
Yeah,
had
never-
a little something to say, and I wanted to acknowledge it, but that was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't
so
remember. I'm sorry.
We
I'm
don't have
very
to filter
sorry.
anything in this podcast. If
I know.
someone doesn't want to listen to our
I
rantings,
just felt like the time
tweet
when
at us.
I had come on that it was like stop talking about politics because you guys had talked about it for like 10 episodes or something. The time when
Doesn't
I
have to run up to the
I just don't
election.
want to get deep into it like we did, but I mean, I don't
No,
mind.
that's okay.
I don't mind talking about relevant social shit.
Yeah, well, I do have a hard time. We were talking about this in the car too about like with comedy because I feel like sometimes sometimes there are some things that I want to talk about that I feel like I cannot talk about because people will be, it's such a like tumultuous time that like, of course, I'm not going to change my beliefs for an audience, but sometimes I'm just like, should I just not mention this for the audience? Because I feel like people are very, even like liberal people who, you know what I mean, who see eye to eye with me, who would be like, yeah, I agree. I really don't like Trump as the president. I think he's a sexist or something. People who completely agree with me will still tighten up and be really tense.
Maybe that's because of the exhaustion where everyone's like, we want an escape from this.
That's a good point.
I understand. And I feel like, you know, when you do a show where the tickets cost like $20 or something, you're like, I don't feel like it's necessarily fair for me to go on stage and be like, who else has been depressed since the election, and like bring everybody down and bring the room down, you know?
You're like, I don't know.
It's hard. I'm not trying to discount if you did say that. I'm so sorry.
I always say that. I say that.
I say that a lot too.
But
I'm not.
I totally see where you're coming from, because I did a show last night and they were like, "Don't talk about Trump," because I was in Webster and like the last
kind
time
of conservative
I
town.
did an LGBTQA showcase, so you'd think the audience would be progressive, and I said something about Trump and like 3 groups of tables were like, oh, come on, like we're and I, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's just weird that they were there in the first.
I bet it's not because of their beliefs, though. I bet they're just people who are sick of hearing about stuff.
That's true. They might not have even been Trump supporters, and they could have just been like, we've had enough.
Come on, yeah.
The other part of it is too is like you can't like lose your audience and then have to build them back up, like
especially
you know
if you're doing a long
risk.
set. That's the thing, is like if you bring it up, if you're doing, because on Saturday night I was doing like a half hour, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna start out and be like, hey guys, guess what, I've been like really depressed and anxious since the election, because it's like, first off, I don't even really know how to frame it in a funny way. So there are people who be like, that's not really a joke, it's just you being anxious and depressed. So I didn't want to do that. And then also it's like, yeah, like you're saying, you can't get out of it then you've done it, and there's certain people in the audience who are like, well, now I don't like her for the next 30 minutes.
Right,
and it's like,
that's why like last night I ended with I started with some like topical humor, and then I like ended with my abortion joke, and then you're like,
well, I'm leaving the stage,
we
so
already love her. That's what they said.
But instead of dropping a microphone, you just dropped a hanger.
Boom, what's up? She did. She certainly did.
I certainly did.
But something that you did, I'm just like holding your hands. Something that you did that I thought was really good, that probably more comedians need to do, is like, for some reason audiences do feel like really weird and anxious, I think, right now, because like I was saying, it's so tumultuous. So what Kelsey Clare did was, what did you say? You were like, oh, there's protesters at this abortion rally, and you were like, and they do have the right to protest or something. So it's almost like you have to.
Yeah, I kind of made a joke about it, but I think where you lose people when you are a liberal and your audience is a Republican, and I think that's kind of what lost the election, is the pretentiousness. You know, like if they ever feel like you're talking down to them about politics, then they're gonna hate you. But I think that there is a world, and I think that's why people walked out of Amy Schumer's set a couple months ago, because she was like, fuck you if you like Trump, basically. And everyone was like, comedians shouldn't talk about politics. It's like,
that was at Madison Square Gardens too.
Yeah, and the people were walking out, and it's
but you watched like 200 people walk out of 15,000.
Yeah, that does bother me though, because it's like, don't you know? Yeah, well, maybe stop being racist.
Cut that out, but like, don't say that.
But why would they spend so much money on a ticket and not be aware of who they're going to see? Because she's wildly outspoken. So
and like,
feel like, you know what I mean?
Like, I just said,
they're like, how dare she
see this white blonde girl? She should be right up our alley.
I didn't know this was what the show was going to be like. Like, it's Amy Schumer. Like, you're going to Madison Square Gardens.
Have you never seen her show or heard an interview with her, or like followed her on social media? I don't know. I
think there was maybe like another layer to it. Maybe it wasn't just like a bad joke. Maybe then she like was like, fuck you guys, and like pointed to people,
calling people out specifically. And, like, maybe,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But
I doubt that. There's like 15,000 people there.
Yeah, that's
she was like,
fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. You know,
so far in the back.
I don't know.
But I don't understand. Like, Amy Schumer is like the queen of dick jokes now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, she is owning like that whole embracing your inner
Well, what you guys were
whore,
talking about.
right?
This is something we were
You know,
talking about in the car
and
too.
just like being okay with
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? And then like she just drops like some sort of Trump joke, and then all the girls are like,
Well, and I think
you know,
I would.
she'd been saying the word pussy for, you know what I mean, like for years and months and everything like that, and then like she acknowledges the president saying the word pussy, and then people are like,
well, no, we don't want to talk about that.
Whoa,
it's like,
yeah.
it's like women want to. There's certain women, and I got in a lot of trouble on Facebook for pointing this out, but there's some women who are like, I want this part of feminism and that part and that part, but
Very
not the part where
cherry-picking.
black women are involved, but not that part. And
But
it's
don't
like, well,
let
you can't
any other
fucking
racism.
do that. Yeah, like, and I don't want the one where like girls can be sluts, but I like the one where like Amy Schumer can joke about being a slut. It's like you can't do that. Like you have to like. Trump is a sexist piece of shit. And, like, if you're gonna go see Amy Schumer, you better be on fucking board with that.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like this. If you were on stage, everyone would be like, "This is the part where everyone would be like, we did great." Depending on where you were, or people would be enraged,
or
but
they'd throw tomatoes.
they would literally kill you in the street. Well, that's another thing that we were talking about too. Is it's very hard, and now I feel like because it's the two of us, we're just like, this is a woman in comedy podcast, and we don't mean to overtake it, but I feel
Go overtake it. I don't give a shit.
we're like, listen, man, like sit down. No, I feel like we were talking about that in the car though, about how sometimes it is really hard, because I was saying about how I don't want to be too political on stage oftentimes, but I also feel like now I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm trying to get this specific job, which I won't go too into detail to until I get it, hopefully. But part of the job is they're like, we want you to have a clean set and a dirty set. So I was like, okay, what can I do that's clean? Blah, blah, blah. And one thing that I do think is a little sexist in comedy is if a female comedian says something even mildly, like Kelsey Clare will say something about birth control, and then people will be like, Kelsey Clare is the dirtiest comedian we've ever heard in our goddamn lives. You know what I mean? And it's and I do really think that makes it hard for women in comedy, because you have to be so like, it's like either you're clean or you're dirty, and if you're even mildly dirty, then you're filthy and disgusting. So it's like it's a difficult thing.
When I talk about being bisexual, people are like, oh my god,
yeah, people act like it's crazy.
Star.
Is this?
Yeah, people act like it's insane.
So the idea of having sex when a woman's talking about it is like, oh, they must be talking about it so that we can jerk off to it later.
No, that's
and
true.
It's like
that's true.
not the case. And then when a dude talks about sex, even mildly, they're like, well, that's just like what dudes do. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Do you think this is like?
Speak to this, Ryan. I mean, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What
No,
were you
go
gonna
ahead.
Say? Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, when you go to open mics or when you go to shows or whatever, and you go up. Do you feel you wouldn't feel as if you couldn't say like a dick joke or something because people would pigeonhole you into being like, Ryan is filthy?
No, never. In fact, you've seen my material.
Yeah,
Some of it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. I like this cute little golden boy, like for the rest of
Yeah,
it. And then you're like, I came all over my mattress.
Yeah, let me tell you. Yeah.
He does talk about that. Yeah. So actually, you're probably way dirtier than me or Kelsey Clare.
But I've never felt like, I'm doing something. Like how you guys are describing, like it's there's absolutely a dichotomy in how people approach that shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, people are weird about it for sure.
One thing that I didn't really think about though is like how when like trying to build a clean set, talking about some things that really are not dirty things. Like I don't want to make a specific example, but it does seem interesting how like you're having that trouble, like that. There's like This has to be part of a dirty set, but I don't really consider it dirty socially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You did it. You came up with a clean set.
I'm having to come up with cleaner material because like I did an open mic at this bar that we're gonna have a comedy show at on March 31st. I'll just plug that really quick.
Please come to it.
And I might be there.
I will definitely be there.
You're
Kelsey
definitely
Clare
gonna be there.
may be there.
I'll tell you on March 30th.
But Corey actually was there. Her and her husband came out and watched me. And it was the first
nice.
run through of like some brand new material that I've been working on. And
oh, nice! I want to hear. I haven't heard it yet, so I'll have to check.
It's cleaner stuff. myself, but I did. I was telling her before that because we were talking about it, and she was giving me some really good, insightful feedback,
constructive criticism.
Yeah, no, Corey's. If you ever want some
God.
very honest feedback on she's brutal. But that's what you need.
Yeah.
But I was telling her there's a part that I cut out because there was like 8 people at this open mic, and I'm like, man, like this. Most of this is clean, and then I have one part where it gets a little dark. And I cut it out, and all it was talking about digging up Mother Teresa and bringing her back to life, and like taking her to a Wegmans.
Filthy. That's what we were talking about, though. That violence in America isn't as dirty as sex in America.
Yeah, if you wanted to talk about like decapitating, I was just saying like because I literally changed, and this is like a true example. On Sunday, I was rewriting some old jokes, and there was one that I used to do about this like going to Zumba class, and the instructor would say, "What happens at Zumba stays at Zumba," which was really weird. So I would always do this joke where I would be like, "Are we all gonna fuck each other?" and like be like, you know, and then I literally changed it to, "Are we going to decapitate a man?" because that was clean. And it's weird that you can talk about decapitating a man and people are like, "Oh, that's hilarious." But if I said like lesbian orgy, people are like, "Oh, you can't, you can't get this
but
job."
It's the most searched term on Pornhub. Still, that's
what's that?
Good.
Lesbian orgy. And
oh,
half of that
I saw the
it's just Kelsey Clare.
I saw the number one search term for last year was the stepmother.
That one's so weird and gross.
I don't understand
I don't like that.
I mean, I've watched
How is
it. I'm
not gonna lie.
We've all came to
I
it.
definitely watched it. I have masturbated to it. Well, I try. Okay, this is really gross. Wait, I don't know if we should say, but let's say I was trying to search. This is weird, but I was trying to search porn. And I wrote, I can't look at anyone when I say it. I'm like looking at the table. I typed in daddy kink. And it was not daddy like a girl getting spanked and saying, "Oh, daddy." It was like dad, daughter. And I was like, no, I don't want dad, daughter. That's not what I want.
Incest is super popular.
I don't understand. Maybe that explains the election.
So gross. Because Ivanka and Trump, they are.
I guess I will skate over this, but I think that women, daughters are a lot of times sexualized by their fathers in ways that maybe their fathers aren't doing in a very like insidious way, but they are doing it, and I think that Donald Trump is a perfect example of that.
Maybe not actually trying to fuck his daughter, but being weird and creepy towards her.
Because
there was definitely some creepy moments. Like,
he's way beyond normal dad stuff.
Yeah. My dad
like,
never
I would
did.
be dating my daughter if she wasn't my daughter.
Yeah, my dad said that. I would be very upset, very
Yeah.
disturbed by that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
Sure.
You're like, yeah, that is really weird. No, but I get what you're saying, and I feel like also with like when they do like daddy daughter dances, it is cute concept, but it does get a little
never
weird.
comfortable.
And it
I'm
is
never
weird.
comfortable
Or
with
when
that.
they do those weird videos where they're like, this dad took his daughter on a date, and it's like a 4-year-old, and I'm like,
or even the stuff where the dad's talking about how they're gonna like kill the daughter's first boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
Sitting there with a shotgun.
That always
very
weirds me
weird.
out.
That's
Weird.
very weird. I don't like that.
When
at
a dad
all.
is like
I don't
crazy
like that,
overprotective.
Shut up.
Why are you gonna kill?
No.
Is this Bill?
No.
You're like, my husband is like that.
No,
He
it's
killed
like
someone.
He did murder
No,
a man
it's
in
a
cold
parent
blood.
thing.
Listen.
do you think?
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's true.
Like, I had a discussion about this with my boyfriend. Because we were watching Bob's Burgers, and there's one episode where the son, and I've seen my parents do this with their children, so I feel like I kind of have.
Aren't you one of your parents' children?
But they're way younger.
But I'm saying that now I'm watching them grow up, and my parents are kind of doing this.
Yeah.
So like in Bob's Burgers, the son is younger than the oldest daughter, and the oldest daughter, when she starts dating somebody, it is a huge deal. She's like 13.
Yeah.
And then when Jean starts dating somebody, they're like, "I'll drop you off," like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, you're only gonna be the predator's son. Like, no one's gonna get you.
Yeah.
But like the girl, it's like, we must protect you because I used to fucking do things awful to my daughter, like fucking women, and now I know how men are. And so I know that no mom I doubt like my boyfriend's mom wants to think about us like sharing a bed. Like I don't think that would be natural if she did. But, I think that it's amplified for men with their daughters, and I think that it's acceptable in society, and I don't think it's right. Like I don't think it's good. It's very palpable and it's scary almost.
Yeah. No, I think it's setting a good example. And because of I have a daughter with a not at all in the picture biological father, and I have a father figure who has done everything from diapers to shoe tying to nail painting to I mean, like taken to cheerleading, you know what I mean, like so I understand how important that father figure is for a girl. So I think that the dad's role is very important in molding these little girls who are exposed.
Yeah, just showing her what a respect. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, that's the thing. And I think that I read something the other day that said it was a man, and he was divorced from his wife, and he woke up early, whatever morning, and picked up his kids and went out and bought birthday presents and flowers for the mom. Right. And then somebody had said, why the fuck you doing that for that bitch? No, it's not that bitch. It's my son's mother.
Yeah.
It's my children's
that's not what
parent.
I'm arguing against. I think men should own up to their responsibility as a parent. I don't think that they've always been asked to do as much. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that next level overprotectiveness that you don't show the same to your son is not healthy. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that men shouldn't be in the picture. I think all children should have some kind of male role model, either as a teacher or as a father or as whatever. Like, I think that's so important. Like, especially when I started dating people and I was like, well, like, I guess anyone will do. And that's not good, right? But, like, I'm talking about that next step where you have, like, a meme of a dad, like, with a shotgun next to his daughter's prom date. Like, that's obnoxious. That's what I'm talking about. I think what your husband does is amazing. I wish my dad had been like that. So, I think that's awesome.
There's a whole bunch of dads now who meet up and learn how to do hair.
I saw that video. That was super
that's awesome. Yeah, that kind of stuff is real, and I agree. I think that kind of stuff is really cool. I just mean sweet. Like when the whole when they go on like the daddy dances and stuff. I do think it's cute in concept. I just think sometimes it's a little weird because it's a little like we're dating, we're on a date, and usually like I feel like a mother and a son can go out and do something, and it doesn't have to be so like we're on a date. You know what I mean? Like it just adds a weird layer.
Even the father giving away the daughter at a wedding, there is some
that is
like,
really weird.
You guys are in the same position. The guy she's marrying is taking over where you're leaving her.
No, it is, and that truly is historically. I mean, it's based in the fact that the dad was like, "I own this woman, and now you own this woman."
You're fucking
and people could try to say that's not what it is, but that is what it's based in. That's not what it is now, but that is what it's based.
Right now,
in.
it can be a totally benign, like nice tradition if you like.
Yeah,
and my dad.
Both.
I had my mom and dad walk me down the aisle because my mom was like, "Well, I too raised you," and I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Hours of labor.
My mom was like, "Me too." And but it is bizarre because some people who were involved in our wedding were not anyone that I'm like close with, but some people were like, "Well, why does your mom? It's just stupid. Like, just your dad." And I was like, "Well, because my mom is also my parent.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be your." Parents,
I think there's also the assumption too, and that's like from the days of yore, where the financial burden was on the father, and now it's on the husband. When in reality, your parents, you were in a dual working.
All four of those goats in that carpet, really.
I know, right? I'm like, here's my mother has prepared my dowry. Yeah, it is. It is really. It is based in extreme sexism, but it's not what it is now. I am willing to admit, like, when people's fathers walk them down the aisle, it's sweet, and I like go to weddings and I cry, and I'm like, that's beautiful. But I just think that the root of it we can all admit is
Yeah.
Well, plus there's a difference. Like you said, like there's a difference between like some nice, sweet old man like walking his daughter down the aisle, and then like, okay, like, and then there's like that like overly aggressive dad that's like, you know, like. Yeah,
I will kill you. I will kill you. Yeah, and you're just like, oh my god, is
like
that
Robert
like,
De Niro and
please.
Meet the Parents, essentially.
Yeah. That's such a weird
Don't be that
trope
guy.
too. That's like a comedy trope, and it is kind of like
I don't know.
ridiculous.
But you wore white at your wedding, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
which is
and
also
that's
like, I'm a virgin.
and I'm gonna bleed the fuck
So
out
not.
this
I
dress
was
later.
so not. I know.
Not a virgin.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's a lot of tradition. I mean, I feel like I did everything like pretty traditional.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, even though I am like very like, I'm a feminist, there are still some things that to me are so inconsequential that I was just like, I just want to wear a white dress because I think it's like very beautiful.
Yeah.
And so things like that. But yeah, you're right. That was based in like, and then we hold it up and look at the blood.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're like, here's
true.
they would
It's
like
Italians.
take a sheet through.
Yeah, that's what
town
it's-
and be
especially
like, look at
Italian.
all this blood. She was a bleeder.
Well, and then I feel like if people think in this day and age that people are waiting for their wedding night to have sex, I mean, that's completely...
All 4 of our children were in our wedding.
They wanted to be there for it.
Yeah,
They were the reasons
cool. That's
behind.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really nice, though. I think that's
Awesome.
nice.
I have dated someone who wanted to wait to have sex until they were married.
One of my friends did for a while, too, but then she changed her mind.
She was dating someone who wanted that, or she thought
Oh,
she
no,
wanted
she
that?
herself wanted. I think it's mainly women. Are there guys who are...
I dated a guy who
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to wait until marriage,
I
or at
forgot.
least wanted to wait to have sex to lose his virginity to a virgin.
Yeah.
And so he,
Good luck.
He settled,
I know, right? Good luck
settled
finding
on-
that.
He-
Ah, it's
One
a
of
gross.
those
It's a
people-
gross story.
It's gross. It's gross. I shouldn't talk about it. Should I talk about it? I don't know. So he's like, but anal is fine.
Oh my
Catholic
god!
thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
totally a
Catholic.
Catholic
Yeah.
thing.
Well, he
Catholic
was
for
this
sure.
crazy, like, he was from Virginia. He was a psycho religion. And
You
they
can't touch that hymen.
Yeah.
Stay away from that. You have not sinned. Everything is fine.
But then eventually, I don't know. I didn't like talk him into it. But one day he was like,
How long were you guys dating for?
like a year and a half.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Wild.
I,
But you were doing hand stuff.
So what happened with the girl you were dating, Will?
I mean, it
Did you
only
guys
lasted a couple months because what are you gonna do? I can't.
days. Ew.
It only lasted one
No,
night.
that-
I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and I feel like if I met a girl and she was a virgin and wanted to, like right now, like I could do that. I could wait, but only because I've already had sex enough times that I'm like,
I'll
okay,
just
like
deal with
I'll just
it.
masturbate.
Yeah,
Fuck
dumb
it.
No, all
I
physical
don't think I could do
desires
that.
aside, could you do it like philosophically? Could
Yeah,
you be
that's
like,
my
yes,
thing.
I
Yeah.
can date this person who believes so strongly that like God is looking down at them and judging them.
Exactly.
for
Okay,
having
that's a good
sex.
point.
And then
If
a
they were
piece
that
of
religious,
paper.
it wouldn't have
Right,
worked
that
out in
was
the
the
first
bigger
place.
problem for me.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
that makes
That
sense.
makes
Because
sense.
porn's always going to be there for you, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't care.
true, it's
like I
true.
can,
Right, yeah.
if she feels that strongly, like
There was bargaining, like there was other
was got
stuff
old
that was
lefty.
able that we did, but it
Yeah.
was like it was more the idea that like you're just gonna restrict yourself in such a ridiculous
How
way.
old were you though?
I was just out of college, so I was like 22.
Oh, so that's like way
21.
too old, I think, to
that's-
be acting that way. To
yeah,
be
it
honest
was
with
after
you, that's
college.
just
I
too
met her
old.
through work, and we were like dating for a couple months.
Had you
and-
been like a teenager, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
but,
that's-
yeah.
No, that happened
but,
when I was
yeah.
a teenager. I
Yeah.
think.
It happened to when I was a teenager too. I feel like I wasn't like waiting for marriage, but I was like, we need to wait.
Or you're just not
Well,
sure,
it's
and
so
you want to wait.
scary,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I
It is
feel
scary
like I
the
would
first
do
time,
that
yeah.
too. I'd be like, oh well, I'm waiting for God to tell me. I didn't
'Cause
really
you're
get
just
what sex
scared.
was.
It is scary,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like, I don't know.
You know
My
what-
parents didn't tell me like what a clit was. I was like, so I don't
That's a myth,
orgasm.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they're
guess,
yeah. It's not real.
clitorises are not real. So.
You know the thing
Yeah.
that you're risking though, like the people that do that is like being totally sexually uncompatible in bed.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
And this being like, well, I guess
Exactly.
it's just this for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You
Well,
are missing out on so
It's like
much.
never
Yeah.
having a conversation with a person until you get married.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I have
think-
no idea how conversation
Yeah.
will go with you.
I
I don't
think-
want to ruin it until we get married.
Exactly.
And then you get married, you're like, I
perfect
can't
analogy.
fucking talk to this person at all.
You know, one thing that I do love though is these videos that I think they put them out on like, I don't know, like these like life time show, or like sometimes you see these reality shows of two people who are like, we're waiting for marriage, like we haven't even kissed each other yet, we haven't even kissed, and then it shows their first kiss and it's just like two monsters attacking, like they don't know how to kiss,
because they don't know.
It's the most cringy thing
for, right? The Duggars, at least them, right? They were like
they're
just
weird
all over
kissing,
the place.
yeah, because they like don't know. Yeah, I think.
And then they were all pregnant like 9 minutes later.
Well, yeah, because they like are. That's the thing is like if you put it off, then you make it into like such a big thing, and I don't know. I think it just makes you stressed out about it more.
At least you'll never know what you're
You
doing.
also need to
imagine the pressure.
Yeah, you need to
practice all these
Well,
things.
honestly, yeah, I feel like the first time that I had sex with the person who I'm now married to, it definitely wasn't like, wow, this is amazing, because it was like
The first time for anybody.
well, the first time,
two people
yeah.
never is.
I mean, the first time I had sex, he wasn't the first
I
person I
beg
had
to
sex with,
differ.
but you always had an amazing. The first time I had sex was not amazing. The first, I don't know. I just feel like it's never amazing with a new partner because they like don't know what to do.
That's
No,
what
you have to figure each other out.
Why
Yeah,
Jason? I was
exactly.
like, Jason's a keeper because like,
Yeah.
there's so many one night stands I've had where they were like, I like was like, it's not gonna happen on this
Like
end.
I will not be coming.
No, dial
coming
tone.
tonight.
Yeah. I was like, hello,
Yeah.
Jason Lomana. Oh, and I said his full
And
name.
his full name. Edit that
My
out.
boyfriend. And I don't know. Then all of a sudden I was like, I must have him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No, it's
Story
good.
is
and
such a
you
sweet.
gotta- You have to like
Dildo with
build.
feelings.
We were drunk. We menopause.
Oh God! Oh my God!
But
We're
you know what
smashing
was
things.
amazing though is we
Sorry, guys,
waited
we're shaking
like
the table.
a month before we had sex. Actually,
Yeah.
which I think like I hadn't really ever done. And so that was like, I was like, oh, he like actually wants to spend time with me, and he won't leave me.
Yeah.
I think that made a huge difference. But
That is always a really sweet thing in relationships, like when you acknowledge that you want to wait, like, and then like there's that comes that point, and maybe it's like 3 days or 3 weeks in, but just like it happens because you both want it to happen, not because it's like, hey, this is the third date, we're gonna bang, right? You know what I mean? It's like
expectation.
Even the let's wait till we're not blackout. It's kind of a romantic
That's
thing.
always good.
Oh,
yeah,
very
that's always
romantic.
good.
Let's wait till we're not
always-
blackout.
That's my idea of romance.
that is,
Let's not be blackout this time.
I'll remember this one.
That's what I mean. How many people are like foregoing that really romantic, sweet, intimate moment because they're like, oh, we can't do it because we're fucking God, you know what I mean? Like, like you know, this could happen right now, and like we could have a really special moment, but
yeah,
crazy.
just say no tonight, as usual. God, how
Not your film.
Listen. Listen. No, I think it's really good. Yeah, I think it's really good to have sex with someone for a while before you get married to them, because then they can also learn how to do things to make you actually come, which is
yeah.
right?
Just talk about it openly, like, hey, like what?
Like, because you don't want to be having sex with someone and be like, oops, I never orgasmed. Like, then what? I feel like a lot of girls are just like, I'm cool with that. And I'm like, why would you be cool with that? Like, are you just cool with, like, I don't know.
I used to be like that. I used to be like, well, I guess that's just... Or I would be like,
so
I
weird.
came. I think I came. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're like, what is coming?
yeah,
What
I
is
used to
coming
be such a
even?
shitty
I've never
feminist.
heard of it.
Yeah, I'm like,
well, it's not
oh.
even, I mean, you're right. It is like a feminist thing, but just as like a human being, I feel like.
And like
you know?
like an exchange of goods.
Yeah, it would be like if you went to dinner and you were like, you don't get dinner, but like, but you'll sit there, and that's like that's how I feel if you have sex and you don't. And I'm not saying it has to be like, not to be like too graphic, but it doesn't have to be like penetrating. But I'm just saying, like, as long as you come.
Thanks for coming over with all your fur pelts, but we're just gonna send you back down the St. Lawrence with your fur pelts.
No, that's a big difference between like
and a baby.
Yeah.
between like early 20s me and now early 30s me. Like, I have no problem asking a girl like, hey, I know everybody's different. What does it for you? And like, I'll do that.
And
like,
that's like honestly, that's like the ideal type of guy. Because if there's a guy who like is trying
I
to
don't
be
know how
all,
that's not more common.
yeah, and
I
it's
know.
because guys would be like
people respond
machismo or
surprised,
something.
like
Yeah.
that's surprising, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do
Is
otherwise.
that the kind of thing too? Yeah.
Okay, here's a recipe. go get a water bottle first. No, I don't know. But it's always
like,
different.
serious. We were like,
I need a goat hoof, and that'll make me. I swear to God, that's what guys think. I don't know. I've told a guy like, well, I didn't like come, and he's like, I didn't. One guy looked at me like, what? Like, as though he had never heard of women doing that. Like,
he's like, well, you don't come. You don't come.
You do that by yourself when I'm not here.
Yeah, he's like,
the dishes and the laundry, peasant wife.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
Oh, it's funny.
And your orgasm and your menstruation on your own time.
And
we were talking
like,
about
I guess
this
you
once
don't-
at like an open. I'm sorry. We were talking about this once at like an open mic or something, weren't we? Because I said I was like, if you don't have multiple orgasms, and like literally none of the other women were like on board with me because I was like, oh, you gotta like have multiple orgasms. Am I right? And like nobody else was like agreeing, and I was like, oh, just me. I like always am demanding them, and then I was like, I guess it's just
I'm
me.
impressed with you. I
Yikes.
don't know if it's me or like what.
Well, I
but
think
I
it's
just
people's
don't
bodies
even,
are different too, and like your
Yeah.
birth control and like
a
hormones.
one and done
and-
kind of lady. I don't
No,
know.
that's
it's so,
cool.
Like,
That's cool.
sensitive afterwards.
Yeah, it kind of hurts. You have to take some
talking.
time. It's
I know
sensitive.
I'm like
It
taking
hurts.
mental notes right now.
It hurts.
Then wait a minute and then do it again.
It happened
You
the
gotta-
other night though.
Nice.
Actually, yeah, and I thought of you. Because
I was like, what?
Maybe that's why it happened.
Well, probably because we were like, we were snuggling in the bed. That's what Phil always says. He always says that we're snuggling. Phil always thinks that we're snuggling in the bed because we will like have sleepovers and stuff, and he always thinks that we're snuggling in the bed. And I'm like, yeah,
I know.
we were snuggling. We were snuggling in the bed, but it's not a big deal.
We trade off.
But I
No, we
feel
don't
like
have sex.
it is it is specific to different women though. So I wasn't trying to be like everyone needs to have multiple
No,
orgasms.
but I
just
know what you mean.
I didn't used
wouldn't
to.
want that,
When I was
but,
younger, I
yeah.
definitely didn't. It was only when I got to be, I don't even know, like in my later 20s, then I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because also when you've been having sex, this is like, not to be like so sad and be like, I've been having sex with the same person forever. But when you have been having sex with the same person for a long time, I don't know if you feel the same, Corey, but I think that makes it actually a lot better because they learn how to do all the things that are good for you. And they're not awkward about it. They're not like, oh, is this okay? Like, it's because there is like an awkwardness for sure when you're like, when I first had sex with like another dude, it was like very weird because I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, so.
It's like recreating porn at that
Yeah,
point for
so I
me.
feel like then they know they know what to actually do for you, and they know like the exact like position to be in. Like,
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? Yeah, so
Plus, you
I
have
don't
more
know.
like
I don't
control
know.
over your body. Like when you're like a 19-year-old me,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like I have no control over holding it back. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Then when I was 19, I would be having sex with my other boyfriend, and he would like literally like hurt me physically, and I would just be like, okay.
That's because when you're a teenage dude, you think that's like hot.
Yeah, you're like, and you're like, oh, stop like hitting me, and
Yeah, like,
are you
there is,
punching
like,
me in the
it
head?
ends at some point. Like
Wow.
you're hitting a part of me inside. Like stop it.
Yeah, and people are doing it really hard for a really long time. That's not good.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sure you
just,
guys
like,
know that
your
by this
pelvic
point.
The jackhammer.
Don't. Ryan's like literally
Not
writing a
hard
note.
for a long time. Fuck.
Do it hard for like a little bit, and then stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, I don't think I could date someone unless like I get like when you're first getting into it, like
Yeah.
you still gotta have, you're still shy on that level, but you gotta be open about it. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, what are you doing? You're just
Definitely.
like limiting this amazing experience that could be. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but then
yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I've definitely tried to explain this to people I've dated, where it's like, okay, so like one day in, I feel like men are like, well, she's home with me and she wants to have sex with me, so like I must be super hot. But then like when we take off our
That's not right.
clothes, we're like usually we're just like, all right, well, let's just do it. I'm just kidding. No, you guys are hot. Like, we
No,
can
I'm sure you're
appreciate
more-
the male
No.
body in a
Right,
different way.
then.
Yeah.
But like I feel like a lot of times, and this happens even to this day, where I can't like concentrate on like having a good time, because I'm like, oh my god, like what if like, you know, he's like seeing a part of my love handles and he didn't see when I had my clothes on, like especially when you're sleeping with somebody the first time and it's like, oh my god, like my stomach just made a farting noise, like why?
It does, yeah,
like stomachs on stomachs, like
See, I feel like that's one thing that like
horrible.
women will never get over. Like as a guy, I feel like all guys appreciate the imperfections that women like go crazy about.
No, I
Some
know guys
men
always
do.
say that, and I do
But then
believe
some
you.
men have
But
called
some
us
are
fat.
yeah. But then always
like,
on the internet, people
yeah.
are like, "You're a fat bitch, or a fat bitch, or a fat bitch, or a fat."
I like yeah.
Okay.
So there's
All
that
right.
too.
So everybody's talked about it. Okay, so I've been sleeping with my husband for 14 years.
That's a long time.
Wow.
That's a long
That's
time.
longer
Really
than
long
I've been
time.
alive. Just
Kelsey
kidding.
goes 13.
I'm 25. 24.
Right. So my husband and I have fantastic chemistry.
Yeah.
And that is one of our only saving graces. Is that
Hagen.
when
I
it
wish
comes
it was
down
dead.
to it, we know how to rock each other's fucking socks off.
Nice.
So
that's a good time.
It is, and it's never been bad, and it's never been, you know, even and then like and then you start to love each other, you know, after you know,
then it's new
days
sex.
or weeks or months or whatever,
Yeah,
and then
it goes through like periods of like where you're like
Jaeger and Southern Comfort and
drinking,
you know, like kids and pregnancies, and you know, I mean, like you just end up growing older with each other, you know. So I mean, like I've been sleeping with my husband since my early fucking 20s.
Yeah,
when I had this kick-ass metabolism and great muscle tone.
Yeah,
and like I wouldn't. And then like I wouldn't pee my pants when I thought too hard or coughed. You know, I mean, like so my husband and I, we've like grown with each other and like grown up with each other. So now that we're almost 40 and still have fantastic chemistry between us, you know, nothing's ever been like super awkward, and if it has, I mean, like we've just brought it on like anything else in our relationship. So I mean, like that just comes with time, and you know what I mean, like, and even like the bad days aren't bad.
Yeah.
Even when somebody's like off or really on, or you know,
I got you.
That's
good. That's really good.
Oh, that's a good little.
So I mean, like,
that gives me hope.
So I mean,
no, that's great. I agree. I think the longer you're with someone, the more that you won't feel that way. I mean, you always will have insecurities, I think.
Well, I've been with my husband. I've been pregnant, so I've been like huge, and then
so
like
I've seen all the different.
So and then like I was really skinny. I mean, I was like 105.5 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm at my heaviest now because I quit smoking. So you know what I mean? Like he's seen, and then like he's seen like crow's feet, and he appreciates the fact that, you know, when we sit next to each other on the couch, you know what I mean? Like I look over and it's like the same guy I thought was super hot in high school because he wore like Tommy Hilfiger.
He wore JNCOs.
Like
wore JNCO jeans and Airwalks.
And he was like super hot. And then like now I look over at him and he's wearing like Dockers and Sperry's, and he's got like gray hairs and shit, and he's dope as fuck.
That's really
still like
That's
smoking
so
hot.
nice.
And like, you know what I mean? Like
Awesome,
he's him, but he's just older.
You guys are gonna make it.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna make it.
I
Ryan
hope so.
believes in your relationship.
Thank you.
Okay,
Ryan.
so you're fine,
Crazy
girl.
kids.
You guys are gonna be in love forever.
As per usual on this show, I have to poo, so I'll be right back.
Or no, should we even like? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
Are
I
we
feel like we
done?
have
No,
been
we can wrap
talking
this one
for a
up.
really long time.
I love
Yeah,
You would
no.
make the call, Ryan. But
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
No, it's that time. I don't like him to go any longer than this
Oh
most
my God.
time. So
I'm sorry.
no, let's wrap this
so
one up.
long.
I loved having you guys on. This has been a
Thank
very
you so
fun
much.
podcast.
We've been
So
trying
fun.
to do it for a really long
I
time.
know this was a scheduling nightmare.
This was a horrible scheduling nightmare.
But thank you all for making the drive.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Honestly, I appreciate it. I think this is a very fun podcast. Should we get in some plugs before we go?
The plug bag.
Yeah. I'll start. I don't have much. I'm going to be putting on a comedy show at the Brute Wine Bar on Main Street, Hornell, March 31st. Madelein, you're going to be headlining.
Yes, I'm so
Kelsey
excited.
Claire, we're going to force you to be on that one
We
as
want
well.
Kelsey Claire to be the feature, but she might not be there.
Thank
but
you.
maybe she will.
Yes.
I have I'm doing a festival in Pittsburgh that weekend, and I don't know which night I'm
gotcha.
on. So we'll.
So
talk,
you're
but
out.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
bye.
So goodbye forever. Maybe Kelsey Claire will be there. Ryan and I will definitely be there.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's called Burning Bridges, and burning this
Nice.
bridge.
We are burning a bridge.
Yeah, I'll be there. We have Malcolm Whitfield is hosting it, and then I have a couple other acts that I'm waiting to hear back from. So that'll be March 31st at the Brute Wine Bar on Main Street, Hornell. Get a hold of me. There's only a limited amount of tickets, so if you want one, contact me on Facebook. Contact the Brain Gravy Facebook page. Billion ways to get a hold of me. Other than that, if you haven't yet, please like the Brain Gravy Facebook page. Please like our Twitter page. Please like everything that we do. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on SoundCloud. Subscribe to us on iTunes. All the hits. That's it for me. Kelsey Claire, what do you got?
Oh my god. This is all in Rochester and Buffalo, but I'm producing, I guess, and Madelein's on the show, and a bunch of other ladies. The Galentine's Day show. It's next week Thursday.
Yeah,
right?
the
It's in 2
23rd.
weeks? I don't know. It's
Yep,
on the
2 weeks.
23rd. Yeah, and then I'll be at Photo City Improv the 24th. For a competition, and then in March we have the Don't Grab My Pussy open mic in Rochester at Brew Coffee, which I'm really excited about, and Madeleine Smith is going to be co-hosting
Awesome.
with me.
Yes, I'll be co-hosting it.
And then
Yeah.
the Don't Grab My Pussy Buffalo show is on March 11th at BT&C Gallery at 8 o'clock p.m. It's kind of the same deal, just with Buffalo artists and stuff, and I'm really excited about that. And then after that, we have another show.
So
no, that's
many.
right before it, actually. That's the day before.
So many things that are happening.
That's good,
We're
though.
putting on a show
Yes.
called Two Feminists. Well, do you want? You came up with the name. It's
Oh,
awesome.
I came up with the name. It's called Two Feminists Walk Into a Bar Productions. Is that what it is? I don't know. It's
with
something like
Andrew
that.
Youngblood.
Yeah, it's
It
Two
kinda
Feminists,
makes sense,
and
I
it's with this guy who is from Rochester but now lives in Texas, and he's a comic, and he's
yeah.
going to be good. So since Kelsey Claire and I are doing it together, I thought we should call it that. But then I was like, just kidding. But then I was like, but we should
No,
call it that.
and then Jason made the sign like so cute. I like
Yeah,
didn't
it's
even
good.
imagine that.
It's a good
so he
poster.
did a really good job. And then and then I'm producing another show.
There's so many things that are
I'm
happening in
doing
your life.
something else. I don't know. I think we're doing the Hateful Eight again with RJ Purpura, which went well. It's just a bunch of comics from all over the place. So,
In
but we're
Rochester.
trying to figure that out right now. But I'll
Cool.
keep you updated. And that's it.
Kelsey Claire said like all the things that I'm on. I feel
I'm
like
sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all. I'm trying to think for my stuff. I am doing a show coming up in New York City, but I don't know if there's probably no one who's listening who's like, I will be there in New York City.
Oh, we have some people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we have,
do you
like-
do you have some New York City people?
City Cat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
well, 'cause
I was
you
being
can-
so disparaging. I was like, no cool people.
No, we get like 5 or 6 people an episode that randomly download from New York City. I don't know who they are.
Oh, cool.
Thank you to our
Well,
New York City fans.
Yeah, you random
Shout
5 or
out.
6 people, whoever you are, if you would like to come. There's actually, I'm going to be in a, I went to school at Fredonia, SUNY Fredonia, and they're doing like a alumni concert show at the Leonard Nimoy Symphony Space.
Oh,
Leonard Nimoy.
I'm so sorry.
Spock.
yeah.
It's Spock. Yeah, it is Spock. It's at the Symphony Space, and he's not going to be there because he's dead. But I will be there.
Spirit.
what? He died?
It's not even really like a comedy show, though. It's most of the people who are alumni from there are like very successful actors and actresses in New York, and then there's me. So it's going to be like musical theater, and then me as well, which will be interesting. And then all the stuff that I'm doing with Kelsey Claire, and I'll be headlining Ryan's show, as you said, on the 31st. I don't know if anyone, this is a little bit far out, but April 1st, I'll be in the Thousand Islands at the Bad Apple Inn. I don't know if anyone knows where that is, but I'll be in the Thousand Islands with my friend Kenneth, and he's really funny. And yeah, he's really funny. I recommended him to you because he's very
That's
funny.
right,
He's
yeah.
a funny dude.
He
and
speaks Swahili too. Okay,
and he does speak
go
Swahili.
ahead. So do I. By the way. Sorry, go ahead.
Just so everyone knows. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's mainly what I'll be doing. trying to think.
I'm sorry. So I said it already, but I'm doing if you're in Pittsburgh, I'm doing the Burning Bridges Festival too, which is March 31st, April 1st. So
yeah,
cool.
And I'll be driving a very far away on my own. That's fine.
I'm good. No plugs.
We're like, listen, Will. Will, what do you have to say?
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming on my podcast. Listeners, thank you for listening to another episode. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my head. I know it.